I apologize. A little bit of a later start this morning. Listen, it's, the post-birthday blues. Not really, just more so when you are beat from the day before. But either way, guys, massive show for you guys. Kyler Murray potentially traded to the New York Jets. Kevin Durant blames fans for the NBA's recent lackluster performances in the All-Star game. And Geraldo Perdomo is re-signed. I'll talk to you guys in a few seconds.
The Ben Garcia Show. Yeah. Woo. Best show in the land. Yup. Listen. Come and get your information from Ben Garcia. Get the latest on your quarterback, running backs, and receivers. Tune in, so any other show you don't need him. Any news that he giving out, please just believe him. Giving out the latest prediction and top-notch analysis. Wanna hear the truth? Better have thick skin like callus. The latest move that your team just made can be damaging. The dudes ain't speaking no facts, they just be rambling. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show. Go get the cameraman. Yeah. Lights, camera, action, turn on the show. Go get the cameraman. The Ben Garcia Show.
What is up, guys? Welcome in to yet another edition of the Ben Garcia Show. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. However you're watching, however you're following the show, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show. Appreciate you guys. Yesterday, a lot of you guys reached out. The birthday well wishes was awesome. We started a little later this morning, so let's just jump right into it. Follow me on all social media platforms at Ben Garcia Show, and thank you so much for watching the show and making me a part of your day. All right, guys, let's just get right into it. You don't want to hear me babble. I'm not going to lie to you. A little bit slower this morning, and I couldn't really tell you why. Because I slept fine. There's no issues there. I don't know, just was slower this morning. Appreciate you guys making me a part of your day. Let's just jump right into it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on this video. A late birthday gift, if you will. And I'm just going to keep dragging that on all week, baby. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe because you didn't get me a regular present. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Either way, let's start here. So I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know how much thank you, Sandman. I appreciate that. That is very kind of you. I don't know how much I find this true. In fact, I would argue and say I don't find it true really at all. But I'm ready to discuss it because I think the topic itself is very interesting. And so yesterday there was a report from some random Twitter account. And I couldn't care less if it was real or not, because if I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't really sound super true. So I'm not falling for anything. I'm not just reacting to the first thing I've seen, but the point of it is this. There's a report that the New York Jets could potentially trade for Kyler Murray. And that's why you see Kyler Murray in a photoshopped New York Jets jersey. And here's my thing here. Kyler Murray, regardless, right? Regardless of if the Jets report is true and he's going to be traded away to the Arizona Cardinals, he's going to be traded away to the New York Jets, regardless. The team doesn't matter, so just don't get fixated on that, although I feel like I'm the only person getting fixated on that this morning. Should the Arizona Cardinals explore trading Kyler Murray? Yesterday, I got in a Twitter debate. Debate's harsh because that sounds like I'm yelling at someone, right? But what I always appreciate with some people is like, hey, listen, we both have opinions. Sometimes we differ. No need to call names. No need to call anyone anything else. Like just say your opinion and that's it. So this guy, I believe his name is Andy Kwong. He does some Cardinal stuff on Twitter, and he had said there is absolutely no chance the Arizona Cardinals trade Kyler Murray. And I thought that was a little bit of a stretch. Now, there is 100% a chance they could trade Kyler Murray. But what this guy put, his name is Andy Kwong. He said, Kyler Murray is not going to another team in 2025. It doesn't matter how aggressive an offer the Jets propose. Now, again, the Jets don't matter. It doesn't matter what any team proposes, right? Like, let's just take it that far. And I said, well, it doesn't matter is a bit of a stretch. Anything can be up for sale. And what I mean by that is I don't own a home, but if I did own a home and I love my house, and I paid $500,000 for my house. It's not for sale, especially if I love it and I have kids there. But if someone comes to my door and says, I'll give you a $1.5 million for it, guess what? My house is for sale. Kyler Murray is that house. Kyler Murray is not for sale right now. Now, if someone knocks on the Arizona Cardinals' door and says, I'll give you triple what you paid for Kyler Murray, guess who becomes available? Kyler Murray. So this idea that Kyler Murray is not going to be on another team in 2025, yeah, I largely believe that. But the idea that it doesn't matter what a team gives up for Kyler Murray, he will be a Cardinal no matter what, that's crazy. As much of a Kyler Murray supporter that I've been, and I will defend him in just a second here. So the Kyler fanboys in the comment section, give me a brief second. The idea that it doesn't matter is a little bit of a stretch, especially for a quarterback with, let me just check my notes really quick. I got to count them up. 0 playoff wins. None. So the idea that he's untouchable last year maybe, 2 years ago maybe, 3 years ago when he was off his MVP season maybe, or his MVP-esque season maybe, but no. Of course Kyler Murray can be had. He's not Joe Burrow. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. Heck, right now, I think Jalen Hurts is more untouchable than Kyler Murray is. Jaden Daniels is untouchable. But if someone knocks on your door and says they want your house for double what you paid, it wasn't for sale before, but with a Godfather offer like that, of course it is. And Kyler Murray is that house. You're happy with him for now. It gets the job done. But if someone knocks on the door and says, I'll give you 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds, and a player, yeah, you're listening to that offer. And the idea that Monty Ossenfort would never listen to it is malpractice. Now, here's another thing. Trading Kyler Murray is an easy argument to make. He wasn't great towards the end of the last season. He's fallen off a cliff over the past couple of seasons. Cliff Kingsbury succeeded, and he kind of stayed the same. There's a good argument, right, to say trade Kyler Murray. The hard thing is trade Kyler Murray, and then what? What's your plan? Because you can't just say trade Kyler. You can say trade Kyler, then what? You can say, well, then tank. Coaches don't tank. GMs don't tank. Monty Ossenfort and Jonathan Gannon are not going to tank and ruin their season to help another GM and head coach down the line to have a new quarterback and be set up with a plethora of picks. They're not going to do that. And one of my followers and a guy that watches the show fairly regularly, I believe his name is Brian, he had mentioned that to me. And even I myself, thinking about these kind of things, I'm just like, hey, you know what? That's a pretty good point. Listen, even my listeners and my followers make a good point every now and then. I'm joking, Brian, if you're listening, of course. I heard that and I was like, yeah, of course. Why would they? So trading Kyler Murray is easy. But if you're going to trade Kyler Murray, you then need to have the succession plan, then what in place. And as well, the opposite is true. Kyler Murray is not untouchable. Kyler Murray is the house that you live in with your family that you're very comfortable with, and it gets the job done. But if someone comes over and offers you triple the value of your house, $1.5 million, for a house worth, whatever, $300,000, you're selling your house. Kyler Murray is a down stock right now. Someone offers 3 firsts, 4 firsts, 2 seconds, 3/3, I don't know, an insane offer. You're taking it because Kyler Murray hasn't made you hang up the phone. He's not Jaden Daniels. He's not Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, where if someone calls your phone and says, hey, what would it take to get Joe Burrow? You hang up the phone as they say, what does it take to get Ja? You hang it up right away. Kyler's not there. So it is an interesting perspective because, I get it. Some people really support him. Some people are really on the other side. I'm Switzerland. I'm down the middle, which is where I hate to be. But I can see both arguments. Anyways, that's where I'm at on the Kyler Murray debate this morning. And just to really reiterate, no. If you want my opinion, I don't think Kyler is going anywhere. But just not listening to offers to not listen to offers is also very stupid. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the Phoenix Suns, as I'm going to move out of frame for half a second, the Phoenix Suns have a forward on their team. His name's Kevin Durant. Have you heard of him? Kevin Durant had some interesting comments to make post All-Star break that I want to just absolutely rip to shreds. I do like Kevin Durant as the basketball player. Also, I'm sure as a person, he's a good dude. I have no issues with him personally. But these are some of the things with Kevin Durant that I just can't stand. It just drives me crazy. And I'm like, you don't get it at all, man. You truly don't get it at all. Post lackluster all-star effort, Kevin Durant is blaming fans. He's not blaming LeBron for sitting out with an ankle injury that, God only knows how long he knew about that. It probably wasn't feeling good 2 weeks prior if this is the case. Anthony Edwards pulling his groin or whatever it was. He's not blaming those guys. You know who he's blaming? The fans. Here's what Kevin Durant said yesterday. I think it's more fun to complain about the NBA than actually watch it. Crazy. Cancel All-Star Weekend and just give everybody a break since we're so miserable around this time. He then followed it up with, I get it, my point is fans complain about everything. Nothing is enough for the fans right now. Only thing they enjoy is playoffs, trade deadline, free agency, and when players beef with each other. Okay, cool, Kevin. You and I can both decide. Fans like drama. And you know what drives fans insane? When there's no drama. You know what ruins television shows? No drama. At the end of the day, the NBA is an entertainment factor. People like to watch the NBA as an entertainment value. And when the entertainment isn't good, Kevin, people aren't going to watch. I'm happy you and I can both agree on that. Because it's frustrating when you blame fans. The fans didn't sit out of the All-Star game on Sunday because of an ankle injury that they knew they had prior and kept someone out. The thing I'd be annoyed about is Devin Booker. Although Devin Booker did not deserve to be in the All-Star game, do not get it twisted. When someone goes down, eventually in the pecking order, he does deserve to go because everyone else had already been picked in front of him. It's not like Devin Booker's been horrible, the worst player in the NBA and just doesn't deserve to be in. I would have watched more of that All-Star Weekend if Devin Booker was in. But what's frustrating is blaming fans. Yes, Kevin, we can both agree. Fans enjoy drama. That's why they like the trade deadline. That's why they like the playoffs. The issue is that 7-month season that has become growingly unimportant and uninteresting to watch. Because there's load management. Steve Kerr's complaining about back-to-backs. NBA players and coaches are completely out of touch. And Kevin Durant is one of those guys. After seeing his comments yesterday. Yeah, it's the fans' fault. The fans are upset because you won't try hard in an exhibition game. And I thought, man, I really wish I would have thought of this. But I didn't think of this. I got to give credit where it's due, and I always will. Danny Parkins of FS1, a dude I met out in New Orleans, talked with him for a decent amount of time over there. He's on Breakfast Ball. His show's probably on right now as we speak. Really good dude. Just sat there and talked to me for a half an hour. Really good guy. Didn't have to do that. Just a really good dude. Anyways, Danny said yesterday there was a social contract that was broken in the NBA. Basically saying that the NBA All-Star Game, make it a facade, right? Keep it close in those games, and at the very end, give us 12 minutes of fun, really good basketball at the end of the game. Give us 12 minutes of aggressive, attacking offense, stifling defense, and just keep the rest of the game close and do your stupid tricks and all that stuff. Danny Parkins said that. And he said recently Since 2020, the NBA has not held up their end of that social contract. And what frustrates him, and again, this is all Danny Parkins' thoughts, not mine, is we see in the summertime them do these basketball runs, and everyone tries really hard. They're going after each other. They're picking each other's pockets. They're dunking on each other. There's trash talk. And this all happens in the summertime when no fans are watching. We just get snippets of it on social media. So why is it's so hard to get you to try when the season is actually going on in an exhibition game? Why are you blaming fans, Kevin, when a guy like me who's not a big fan of hockey watches the USA-Canada game in an exhibition match? There's a dude whose name I don't know from the USA that has an upper body injury. He was hospitalized because they care so much about the country in front of their chest. Do we have to put a country's name on you for you to care? The Olympics don't matter for anything. You just get a gold medal, but no one questions that the USA isn't better than everyone else. But you're trying that. So yes, fans enjoy drama. And I'm not going to hold it against fans for getting upset when there's no drama, when they are spending their hard-earned time, money, and attention on your product. This is where Kevin Durant becomes tone deaf and makes me believe that when he's on Twitter, I just don't even think he knows what he's saying. That right there is the problem, not the fans. It's the out-of-touch NBA players. And it's not just Kevin. Kevin's just the one that went after everyone and tweeted it yesterday. It's all NBA players. Steve Kerr the other day, I wish I would have done a full segment on this, but it didn't have an Arizona tie to it. And I want to keep this show mostly Arizona with some national news sprinkled in because I still like the national stuff. But Steve Kerr the other day was complaining about back-to-backs, was complaining that they're going to leave early or they're going to leave late and get up early and have to play another game. Boo freaking who, man? I still have a day job. I don't tell King Nacho, Ivan, Sandman, Michael in the chat, man, feel really bad for me, guys. I had to work a Suns game last night, and now I got to go to work this morning. You want to know why? Because Michael, Sandman, King Nacho, and Ivan, all those guys have jobs to do. They get up late. I'm sorry, they stay up late and get up early for their jobs. How tone deaf would it be of me to be like, well, I'm up at 6 a.m. doing a stream, and then I got to go to work. Oh, it's so hard. Woe is me. And I don't get paid millions of dollars to play a game. The out-of-touch reality of NBA coaches and players drives me insane, man. I mean, are you so out of touch with reality? Blaming fans for the All-Star game, Steve Kerr complaining about back-to-backs. The Steve Kerr thing bothered me so much. Oh, you poor thing. You have to get up late and work early? Oh, man. I personally, I don't know what that's like. I'm not a normal human being. I've never done that before, and I'm not going to complain about it anyways. I appreciate you guys in the chat. Ben's dedicated. Yeah, appreciate the work. No one is telling me to do this. I do it because I really like it, and I still have a day job. And I'm not going to tell you guys in the chat, oh, please feel bad for me. Nonsense. And Sandman's correct in the chat. People have families. People have things that they've got going on. You are preaching to the choir. And your thousands of dollars that you make, the thousands of dollars that you make every second of the day. Yeah, I don't feel bad for you. I don't. So Kevin Durant, Steve Kerr, both just absolute nonsense. Okay, guys. With all the recent really bad Arizona sports news, the Sun's not very good. The Arizona Cardinals, fell through the end of the season. I understand baseball isn't super popular, but I love baseball. I love the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is a good time. So again, I'm going to keep the baseball talk sort of brief on this show. But I would like to, in the season, once a week, talk some baseball because I really enjoy it, and it's the Arizona Ties. And here's what I'll say. If you are a Phoenix Suns or Arizona Diamondbacks, if you are a Phoenix Suns or an Arizona Cardinals fan, and you're longing for the days of 2008 and 2015 on the Arizona Cardinals or the Phoenix Suns in 2021, this Arizona Diamondbacks team, I know they missed the playoffs last year. They shouldn't have. They have the same vibes of the 2015 Cardinals team and the 2021 Suns team. But the difference is this team's here to stay for a longer period of time. And yesterday, seeing the Arizona Diamondbacks, and I got to give it up to Ken Kendrick, pulling out the checkbook, extending Geraldo Perdomo, a fan favorite, a guy who, at this point, is starting to reach the levels of, not in terms of play, but fan favoritism of the Goldschmidts, of the Corbin Carrolls of the world. It's just nice to know that ownership is getting out in front of these things. Mike Hazen, I know at times he can be I should speak more clearly, but Mike Hazen, the general manager for the Arizona Diamondbacks, sometimes he can be a little hesitant, including at the trade deadline. The guy loves his prospects, and ever since he's been here, the Arizona Diamondbacks have been competent. I don't want Mike Hazen ever going anywhere. He should get another raise right now. Sometimes at the trade deadline can be a little hesitant, and you can argue that cost them a World Series, but you can also argue they shouldn't have been in that World Series. Geraldo Perdomo, 4 years, $45 million deal. My guy from John Boy Media, Dalton Feely, yesterday texted me, and he was like, I'm not so sure the bat's going to get much better. Good singles hitter, able to get turn a single into a double into a triple, good base runner, plays exactly to what the Arizona Diamondbacks are. Not flashy, gritty, fun, play a little bit of small ball. I love the signing of Geraldo Perdomo. No money, 4 years, $45 million. It's not going to cripple this team. He gets his bag. He gets his security. $45 million is life-changing money. And now you just got to focus on a few other guys to lock up. This Diamondbacks team this year is going to be better than it was last year. They lost Christian Walker. I get it. I would have paid him, but I get it. $150 million. He's a little bit older. Guy wanted to go get his payday. I get it. You go get Josh Naylor, who's not the defender of Christian Walker, but still, the power's still there. Good player. Corbin Burnes comes in from the Orioles, a top 10 pitcher in baseball, probably top 5 pitcher in baseball. And this year's rotation will be Corbin Burnes, Zach Gallen, a 1A, 1B ace. Two guys that could take you to the World Series. I don't think Zach Gallen is a true ace, and he's probably going to be gone at the end of the year, and honestly, I probably agree with it. Too much money for a guy that doesn't show up in the biggest moments all the time, but it's because I think he's a little bit smaller, a little bit, I guess he's 26, 27 at this point, but a little bit smaller guy, doesn't have as much power behind. He's not exactly a blow-you-away pitcher. He doesn't have electric stuff, but he's a good pitcher. Zach Gallen is clearly a very, very good pitcher. But he's probably gone at the end of the year because you went and got Corbin Burnes, and I'd rather have Corbin Burnes. But your lineup this year is Corbin Burnes, Zach Gallen, in my opinion, should be Brandon Pfaadt. Probably won't be. Merrill Kelly, then Brandon Pfaadt, Eduardo Rodriguez. Jordan Montgomery looks like he's in better shape this year. Maybe that could help bolster the team. I just saw Shelby Miller's on a minor league deal. That's kind of fun that he's back. Young offensive roster, top to bottom. Remember, this Diamondbacks team had a lot of injuries last year. There is a team in the Valley who the vibes are high, and if you don't like a lot of what Arizona sports landscape is giving you right now, the Diamondbacks are that team. And re-signing Geraldo Perdomo last night just continues to reassure this young core stays together, which is very young, by the way. They're not spending $1 billion like the Dodgers, and I get it. The Dodgers might just repeat again. But I don't think the Diamondbacks are just absolutely going to lose the Dodgers in a 7-game series. The Dodgers are great. Baseball's weird. Things happen. Who knows? Shohei Ohtani. Maybe he's not the same pitcher that he was after yet another Tommy John surgery. This Diamondbacks team is a World Series contender. They're ready to win now. And they're going to be a ton of fun. And I understand baseball can sometimes be a little slow for people to watch. I would tell everyone, get on the bandwagon now because it's going to be a fun summer for a young team who's got good bats, good defense, elite starting pitching, and we'll see how the bullpen shapes out until the middle of the season, the trade deadline, and they go get someone there because they absolutely will. But either way, I saw that news last night. I was at my birthday dinner with my wife, And I was like, awesome. Another guy re-signed for the long term? This is amazing. Build my case in a statue. Not that much money. A little bit of risk for the Diamondbacks, a little bit of risk for the Geraldo Perdomo side. Ketel Marte's still here. MVP candidate last year. In my opinion, probably should have won it. But, because Shohei Ohtani only plays one side of the the game offensively last year, he's allowed to get it, I guess. But either way, Diamondbacks turning it up a notch, re-signing Geraldo Perdomo. Still need a closer, but at least it's not Paul Sewald right now. Either way, guys, appreciate you guys letting me talk about the Diamondbacks there for a second. Either way, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Really busy day. A lot of crazy things going on in the world of sports. I appreciate all the birthday wishes yesterday. A lot of you guys reached out to me, so thank you so much for that. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about the Ben Garcia Show. Jam-packed show today. Just a jam-packed show. Thank you so much for listening, watching, following. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm Benjamin Garcia, and until tomorrow, it's been the Ben Garcia Show.